Goo. How much I want to bet it's going to be a bunch of weirdos coming here because it's the late hours. But to all of the real ones, welcome to the nation, Monster Nation. That is, I'm Monster Man Rocco. I'm your host, your tour guide, the president. I'm the king around here. I'm the landlord, owner, tenant, janitor. I'm off the damn floor. With you, if you don't follow the rules are you gotta like, you gotta comment, you gotta subscribe, you gotta hype, you gotta hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a tax-paying citizen, then send us a super thanks, a super chat, or a cash app. We actually prefer the cash app, but we ain't tripping. Y'all do y'all. Y'all don't be listening. Um, right on the walls. Get your graffiti on. Monster Nation is a hip hop nation, so we are with all of the writings. Translation, leave a comment. But spell things correctly while you're doing it. You know, the search engines need you to spell stuff correctly. Aside from the fact that it pisses off the president when you spell certain things incorrectly. I mean, you can write your stuff phonetically and all that if y'all know what that means. Like some of us write things the way they sound, but when you spelling rock, it's just ROCK. You understand? It's helter skelter, not helter skelter. It's an A and a H, no E and a R. It's monster, not monster. It's an A, no E and a R. And of utmost importance is BCC and not BBC. Pause. Pause protesters, get your ass out of here. We are pause practitioners here. We play the pause game, okay? Right? If you don't like it, then that's on you. But here's what it is. Why do you hate fun so much? You know what I'm saying? It's no phobia. I say pause when we're talking about male, female stuff too. You know what I'm saying? If I was to say to you, yeah, my sister, not no. Me and one of my sisters don't get along that well, but my other sister, she's a rider. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, now that we got all that out the way, so does anybody else? Has anybody else been seeing this 50 Cent situation, the 50 Cent and Ti situation? I spoke about it yesterday, but I think in the past, maybe I was late on it, maybe I missed some stuff, but it seems to be out of hand. Well, it seems to be getting out of hand. Not out of hand is an overstatement because we all know 50. I mean, we are all. I think we have all figured out, or we all assume that 50 is just going to take his shots, and he's using it for promotion. That's what he's going to do, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? But you know, I mean, the responses I'm seeing from Ti, I'm I'm a little bit I'm a little bit concerned because when you take what like I just watched this video from Chiggs Move. Salute to Chiggs. You know what I mean? He did a real he covered the situation really and rather thorough. You know what I mean? And you know he pointed out the fact that 50 tagged Ti on Twitter or something in an old video. He posted an old video of Ti on the phone talking to somebody. I'm not sure who it was, but this it seems like this was a while ago. It doesn't seem new, but I don't know. I'm not sure. So it's like he was telling him to tell 50 to come, bring the you know what I'm saying, come up to him, come on out and play for the verses. You know what I'm saying? Come on out and blah 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 blah. And he was going hard. And in addition to all of that, he was saying a whole bunch of, you know, new. It was a whole bunch of New York hate. And I don't, like I said, I don't know when this video is from. It looks like something that 50 grabbed from years ago, right? But it was a whole bunch of New York slander talking about how New York niggas been saying slick stuff under their breath and this, that, and the third will come on, and the South has something to say. I'm here to show y'all, and blah blah blah. He was making it a very New York down. I'm the king of the South. I'm the king of everything down down below the Mason-Dixon line and so on and so forth and all of that, right? He's making everything about, Atlanta and New York, and I don't like that, B. I don't like that. I mean, I never liked it. I didn't like it when Tim Dog made F Compton. I didn't like that. First of all, Tim Dog wasn't a good rapper. Second of all, I liked NWA. I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't. I was offended by it. And I feel the same way about this. Like, I feel like this shit is all, I tell you, I'm working on a song. Well, I already wrote the song. I'm looking for the beat now, where I address all of this shit, all of it, all of it. You know what I'm saying? The South has something to say. It was beautiful then. What they didn't say is don't confuse us with them. See, here's the thing, and this is pulled directly from the song, so be on the lookout. They hate New York so much, they just let us have the East Coast. DMV rep DMV, but that's the East Coast. Carolina, Georgia, Florida, that's the East Coast. But they ain't pop to after that East and West Coast beef broke. They've been trying to separate themselves from us ever since then. And I get it. You don't want nothing to do with the beef that's between New York and California or Death Row and Bad Boy. I get all of that. But, like, I'm here to, trust and believe when I tell you. Yes, there was a period when New York was hating on, like, newer regions with their hip hop. It wasn't because we hated on the regions. We just wanted y'all to rap. A lot of the stuff that was coming out first, some of the earlier, it wasn't that good. Like, as New York MCs, you trying to tell us we were supposed to be feeling, like, when you think about the corner of the cloth, the cloth we created, you really think we were supposed to like Two Live Crew? We were supposed to feel like that was real hip hop. Now, salute you understand? It's a big difference in what that was than what we was doing. So we was like, this they not rapping. You know what I'm saying? But eventually we like, okay, that's that. We got it. Okay. It has its place and it has its value. We did that with a lot of regions and a lot of niggas who was trash. Like, we never got to a point, not that I know of, we never got to a point where we thought MC Hammer was a dope rapper. But we did get to a point where we appreciated what he gave to the game and what and how he moved the needle forward. You understand what I'm saying? So we just wanted y'all to rap. You know what I'm saying? Even though Tim Dog wasn't a good rapper, when he dissed NWA, like a lot of New York, when New York first heard NWA, they didn't listen like I listened to. They just heard Eazy-E, who wasn't a great rapper. Salute to Eazy, rest in peace. These are still my OGs, even though they from the West Coast. They taught me how to speak in a certain manner in my raps. I adopted that from them. They taught me that I could say whatever I wanted in the rap. So all love to NWA, but Eazy-E wasn't a great rapper. It's not no secret, right? Ice Cube sounded like a better, his voice was deeper, but the way he rapped, he sounded like a better Eazy-E. Makes sense. He was writing a lot of Eazy-E raps. People wasn't automatically feeling that flow. So, but I heard MC Ren, and MC Ren rapped like a New York nigga. I was with that, right? But anyway, we just really wanted niggas to rap. That was all. You understand what I'm saying? And even the niggas who we didn't feel like rapped like that, if they blew up, eventually we was like, all right, fuck it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We accepted it. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody in New York sitting having no conversations hating on Atlanta. No, I mean, with all of the Young Thug and all of that stuff, the whole stuff they've been saying about the ratting situation, but Atlanta, join the club. You got niggas like Whack 100. Every chance he get, he trying to call somebody in New York a snitch. You understand what I'm saying? And so yeah, that thing happened or whatever. You got the 504 dude Not the 5-year foreign dude. That's a little dismissive. The little bro 5-year foreign going at 21. Making it a New York, Atlanta thing, or I don't know if that's what they intending to do, but that's what that's what can happen. That could come of this, and that's not and I don't like it. What's going on with my shit? Hold on a second. We don't need that, B. We don't need that. But I'm about to give all of you a talking to. Word up. Salute to Polo Cologne. Made me think of a Slick Rick line. But yeah, so with this whole 50 Cent and T.I., like, you know what I'm saying? Like, 50 highlighted this footage of T.I. talking all this north, south. And if he the king of the south, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how people in I don't know how people in Atlanta really view Tip right now. You know what I'm saying? But are they gonna follow that? It's like sometimes celebrities underestimate the power of their words. But then other times we don't. Like niggas be knowing exactly what they be doing when they be saying certain stuff. And I don't like it. I don't like where it's going. Nope. I don't like it. Promise I don't. What was it? As far as in the verses, because the verses itself, if anybody cares to know what I think it would be a good match. You know what I'm saying? Like Chicks Move said that 50 would wash T.I., and I don't think it would be that easy for 50, respectfully speaking. Because I mean T.I. he got more albums to pick from, right? But then all you need is 20 joints. So that don't it all depends on how you pick from your joint. So don't really matter. My sister was saying it depends. Like they should probably do it someplace neutral. I said that if they did it in Atlanta, 50 is losing because niggas down there is wild bias. You know what I'm saying? I don't. The niggas wouldn't. But I think if they did it in New York, I actually think T.I. get enough love in New York for that to work. I'm trying to tell you niggas in all of your regions, New York niggas don't hate y'all. We just want y'all to rap. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Outkast and Goody Mob, them niggas. You ain't never heard nobody say nothing bad about Outkast, Trick Daddy, Cash Money, like so many. See, there was a time. Again, like when it comes to the 50 and T.I. verses, it's like there was a time when New York niggas was trying to rap like Southern niggas. Now, Southern niggas might have got hip hop from New York. Let's never forget that. But they wasn't trying to rap like New York niggas as not overall. They was trying to do that. They was bringing their own flavor. You understand what I'm saying? New York at a certain point have fully embraced the Southern sound, right? And I guess at a time Southern, ATL had embraced New York sound. Let's just think. In the beginning, when New York was the only place rapping, the South probably, I don't know. We did shows down there, so of course, yes, they embraced it. But there was a time when the South started shunning New York music. And that was around the same time New York started embracing everything they do to the point where they started sounding like. So I feel like 50 would have a harder time in Atlanta than T.I. would have in New York. Now, if they met someplace neutral like Philly, any place in the South, I think niggas might be biased against 50 because niggas hate New York so much. Niggas swear we hate y'all, and we really don't be thinking about y'all, respectfully. Like thinking of all this. You see the ash in my creases right now. We worried about this cold. When a nigga from New York is talking about any other region, like if he talking about going down south, he talking about something good. Most of the time. Most of the time he talking about something fly about down south. The land down, the houses is big down there, the prices is better, the chicks is bad, whatever. Oh, they got fatties in Atlanta and Texas. You understand? And ain't nobody spending no time to diss them. Like that's not what we think when we think of y'all. But for some reason, it's kind of crazy now. I'm saying how every state hate us after what we just gave to the nation. Wow. Said we thought we was better than everybody. Not true. It's not true. Seeing everything that you started being done different. Like Cali felt with blood and cripping. But it kept spreading. Eventually they just fucked with it. I'm saying. We gave y'all hip hop. Y'all took it and flipped it. Hooked it and spinned it. Gave it a different look. We was offended. We got over it. We got over it. But yeah, T.I. responded to some 50 shit talking about he lost all respect for him, calling them all kind of duck ass niggas or something. I'm paraphrasing. I don't want to pull up the audio and I don't want to do all of that. But he's speaking in an extremely disrespectful tone. I remember just a couple of weeks ago, the nigga T.I. was talking about me and 50 having understanding. You understand? We troll it. We understand. We 50, talking about how cool they was. They might take shots at each other, but they get it. They both understand. This ain't what it look like right now. But also, this could be exactly what it is right now. We could all be riled up in our fingers. Listen, 50 Cent lives in a castle somewhere. I'm paraphrasing. I mean, he don't have to see none of you niggas if he don't. You understand what I'm saying? I'm assuming, right? This nigga's he's working on 1,000 shows and shit. You know what I'm saying? He control you niggas the same. Maybe I'm just suggesting. He control you niggas the same way. Some, some of these vloggers or whatever be weirdo niggas that don't never go outside, so they can say anything they want about anybody. They know there ain't gonna be no repercussions because they don't go outside. 50 could be taking the same approach, man. You niggas is not on the private plane with me. I don't hang out in the slums where you hang out, so on and so forth, etc., etc. And this is excellent promotion. I came in the game this way. That's what I'm doing. And there's also the fact that 50 be throwing niggas alley-oops that look like disrespect. He's the only person that we have documented that I know of. He's the only person that I've heard documented proof that he's, what I'm saying, he's taking that angle to help people that he actually care about. You know what I'm saying? It was said to have been done with Chameleon there, and it was said to have been done with Rotimi. But all of this, Atlanta, New York possibility, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Sure don't. He said 50 needs to mature. You know what? Why should I mean? And I'm not. And I'm. This is not to get. This is not to get on. It's not to shit on your statement, G man. But you think maybe it's us that needs to mature? 50 only do that shit because it works. If it didn't work, then it wouldn't. Then there would be no, like, most people. Most people refer to 50 as an intelligent person. I think so too. Right. Right. But like, if the culture is self matured, then he would have to mature. You understand what I'm saying? I be on here talking all this mature shit and look at my numbers. Trash. Salute, what's his name? What's her name? Bubba. What's her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Trash. I be on here talking all this smart shit. You know what I'm saying? All this Malcolm X, Martin X shit. You know what I'm saying? Salute comes equipped. What you said? Born in 73. That's my year. Salute to you. Salute to the 73 was a special year. I bet you still look like you in your 30s. But I've always been cognizant about the line between hip hop versus rap. Ti could possibly do a verses with 50 or Nelly. I don't think Nelly can do a verses with 50 or Ti. I think Nelly songs is too like he don't got no hard hits. He ain't got no hits to hit you in the gut.
Pause.
Anyway, I've been here 20 minutes. That's a little bit longer than I'd rather have been. But yeah, it's just getting out of hand. I mean, go watch Chick Smooth video for the details to see it and come back and let me know. Do you feel like this could possibly? Am I tripping? Does this shit feel like this is fueling some? I'm traumatized by industry drama and shit. You understand what I'm saying? The East Coast, West Coast shit. We ain't even call it that. That was, you understand what I'm saying? That ain't what we called it. The magazine called it that. The Vibe Mag. And by the time they even called it that, though, Pac was dead. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, bruh, let's do better, B. Somebody said I was born in St. Louis and they can't stand Nelly. I like Nelly. I just think he can't do a versus with. I think he wouldn't win a versus with Ti or 50. But salute to y'all. If you made it to the end of this video, let me get 4 microphones. Rock on, rock on.